Hello and welcome to St. Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon, Haryana. This is online lecture series. Uh, I am Rohit Raj, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department. I'm going to deliver a lecture on sewage and treatment, which is in your sixth semester curriculum. Today, I'm going to start this series with the very first lecture, and our topic is collection of sewage. Before starting the topic, uh, we should first see the syllabus for this curriculum. This is the syllabus of sewage and treatment, which is in your sixth semester. Okay, we have our very first unit, that is collection of sewage. Then we have to study uh, second unit, sewage collection from households and buildings. Okay, third unit is quality parameters. Again, we have to study digestion and disposal of primary sludge. Then we have sewage treatment. Okay, basically sewage treatment, two parts, primary and secondary treatment. Then we have unit 7, that is noise pollution, and unit 8, that is air pollution. You can also consider these books for references as SK Garg. I would suggest you to follow this sewage and treatment from SK Garg. Okay. You can also use BC Punamia. This is also a very nice book from Indian authors. Okay, so you can follow any one of them, that is sewage treatment by SK Garg or wastewater engineering by BC Punamia. So let's start our lecture. Okay, we'll start with wastewater. What is wastewater? Okay, anything that is not useful to us, that is waste. Basic definition. Anything which is away from our consideration, which we don't want, that is a waste. Okay, so every human society uses water for its domestic, commercial and industrial activities. As a result of that, there is formation of wastewater. Once we have consumed water for our domestic, commercial and industrial activities, then that used water then becomes wastewater. You would not be surprised of that how water which is useful becomes a wastewater. Once we use them for our purposes, then it gets polluted. Okay, so then it becomes wastewater. Again, if that water become wastewater, then it is not that we simply throw them. We can treat them and then we can also reuse them. Okay, so in this section only we'll also study how to treat them and then make them for reusable. Okay, then we can make them reusable by treating them with proper treatments. Okay, so for every human society, we use water for our domestic, commercial, industrial activities. That results formation of wastewater. Okay, the wastewater from residential and commercial areas is known as domestic wastewater, and wastewater from industrial areas is known as industrial water. It is quite obvious and quite simple that when we are using wastewater as residential in residential buildings like houses, okay, societies, then that is domestic wastewater, and wastewater discharged from industries, that is industrial wastewater. Now you may feel why we are classifying them. Okay, in our further studies and in our further coming lectures, we'll know why we need to classify them. But in brief, I would like to describe you that the impurities or pollution level of both the water, that is domestic wastewater and industrial wastewater, are different. Okay, in both situations impurities are different and their treatments are different. we will follow different treatment processes for different wastewater, that is domestic wastewater and industrial wastewater. So for that treatment processes, we require a pre-step, that is classifying them as domestic wastewater and industrial wastewater. Now, why wastewater collection is required? Obviously, why do we need to collect wastewater? Okay, if we don't need to collect wastewater, then what we would have performed? We simply discharge them. Okay, we need not to carry them. But for discharging them away from our locality, that also is a step of carrying. Okay, it's not a simple purpose that whenever you use your water in your houses and you simply discharge in out, this is not it. We also need to discharge it from the surroundings. Okay, that step is also included in the collection. Okay, um, your part is not over with that you discharge that wastewater from your house. Our municipality, okay, our municipality make such arrangements that when we discharge wastewater from our houses, then it goes through that sewers and reaches to a place where it can be treated, or where it can be discharged at as it is, to a place where it could reduce, where it could harm the environment very less. Okay, so we need to collect wastewater in any aspect. We need to collect wastewater, whether we require to treat it or not, but we need to collect wastewater is our basic. Then we'll decide whether we are going to treat it or not. Just to keep them away from the sources, we need to collect. Okay, then we need to treat them, so we need to make them uh, to take them to a place where we can start the treatment processes. Okay, domestic wastewater may have pathogenic organisms in it. Okay, yes, obvious. What is pathogens? These are bacteria and organisms. Okay, they are microorganisms that may be present in water. Okay, now in our lab work, you might have studied, or you can find them, that we have a test for them. Okay, pathogens or bacteria, but we cannot directly test pathogens. Okay, we test E. coli bacteria. Okay, if E. coli bacteria is present in it, then we would get to know that there might be chances of presence of pathogens. But if the E. coli bacteria or coliform bacteria is absent, then we are sure and certain that there is no pathogens in the water. Okay, these things we'll study in further lectures, but till now you can understand what is pathogens. They are microorganisms that may cause severe problems when present in water to any consuming body, or if discharged into environment, they can also make nuisance. Okay, now inhygienic conditions shall be developed. Okay, another point is inhygienic condition is developed when we just discharge water in any open place and leave it. Okay, so we need to proper collection, we need proper collection of wastewater. Now we'll come across few terms. Okay, we'll come across few terms in our further studies. Let's discuss them first. Okay, first term we'll be discussing is sewage. Okay, as our course is sewage and treatment. Okay, so what is sewage? Okay, now wastewater generated in latrines. Okay, you all know, we all households have latrines. Okay, so wastewater generated in latrines is now sewage. Okay, and wastewater generated in bathrooms and kitchen is known as sewage. Okay, you can now differentiate between both of them, and we also separate piping system, separate pipes for both of them. Okay, wastewater for our latrines is discharged through a different pipe, and wastewater through bathrooms and kitchen is discharged through another pipe. Okay, later on it may get mixed into tanks or septic tank in households, but initially there is separate systems for sewage and sewage. Sewage is wastewater generated in latrines and sewage is wastewater generated in bathrooms or kitchens. Okay, third term is soil pipe. Okay, sewage conveyed through soil pipe. Okay, and sewage is conveyed through waste pipe. Okay, when we are having a pipe that conveys waste from latrines, that is soil pipe. Okay, and waste from bathrooms and kitchen, that is sewage, is carried through pipe, that is waste pipe. Okay, now you can differentiate easily between sewage, sewage, soil pipe, waste pipe. Okay, soil pipe is through latrines. Okay, and waste pipe is through kitchens or bathroom. Now this is layout of sewage system. Okay, in our households. Okay, here you can see these are houses. Okay, these are houses, and from here there it get, from these house and these houses, there it get mixed and then transported to here. There it can be treated, or it can, here it can be treated. Okay, this is wastewater treatment plant. From every households they get carried and reaches to wastewater treatment plant. While carrying them, there are certain parts that are, first, when the water carry through the houses, then they get mixed into laterals. Okay, these are called laterals. These are called laterals. These are laterals. Okay, then they get mixed with mains. Okay, mains. These are mains. This one, this pipe is mains. Okay, so household waste get first into laterals and then they get mixed with mains, and finally they reaches to wastewater treatment plant. Okay, so household waste, then laterals, and they, from these laterals they get mixed with mains and then reaches to wastewater treatment plant. Now we have three classifications for wastewater. Okay, basically we have studied earlier that wastewater can be generated from three sources. One, domestic. Okay, second, uh, industries or commercials. Okay, so for domestic wastewater, the wastes are sewage plus sewage. You already studied that waste from latrines is sewage and waste from kitchens and bathrooms is sewage. Okay, and the pipe carrying sewage is soil pipe and the pipe carrying sewage is waste pipe. Okay, it's quite clear now. Now, municipal wastewater, when there is industrial zone, will classify every zone in this wastewater treatment engineering, or you can also say it environmental engineering or sanitation engineering. There are several names for a same department or same portion, that is wastewater treatment, environmental engineering, or sanitation engineering. Okay, will classify every zones whether there is industry is present or not. So municipal wastewater contains, in presence of industrial zone, domestic wastewater and industrial wastewater. Okay, again domestic wastewater contains sewage and sewage, already studied, and industrial water, industrial wastewater. Okay, now municipal wastewater, when no industrial zone is there, then only it will have sewage and sewage, because industrial wastewater would not be there. So this is quite obvious. When there is no industry, so no industrial wastewater, so only sewage and sewage. I am telling this again and again that sewage is waste from latrines and sewage is waste from bathrooms and kitchens for any residential building or commercial building. Okay, and the pipe carrying waste from and the pipe carrying waste from latrines, that is sewage, is soil pipe, and the pipe carrying waste from bathrooms and kitchen, that is sewage, is waste pipe. By this picture you can easily understand. Okay, in combined system, this is sewer. Okay, and this is rainwater, that is open trenches or open nets or open area in streets where from where rainwater can enter into the sewer. Okay, this system is combined system. We'll come across in our further studying that what is combined system and what is separate system. Till now you can easily see that waste from residential buildings and rainwater, they get mixed here together and then carried to the wastewater treatment plant. Okay, and then discharged into the rivers. Okay, now one thing here you must notice before studying the separate system and combined system is about whether we require the same amount of treatment for rainwater and for industrial water and for residential wastewater. Do we require same amount of treatment from same amount of treatment for residential wastewater, that is this much of water which is coming from this pipe, and rainwater, that is this water which is coming from this pipe, and industrial water that is coming from this pipe. Okay, do we require same amount of treatment? If in combined system these all go through this portion. Okay, so means that all get mixed and there is no separation for this, so they all will be treated in a manner that is same for all of them. Okay, so they all will be treated same. So is it required? Do the rainwater require the same amount of treatment as residential wastewater? And do the residential wastewater require same amount of treatment as the industrial wastewater? Obviously, no. Industrial wastewater require much more higher grade level treatment in compare with residential wastewater, because industrial wastewater may contain some toxic waste that is poisonous and dangerous for aquatic life, that is flora and fauna, and that could be harmful to human also when we consume it. But residential wastewater do not contain such toxic materials in general. Okay, and residential wastewater do have some waste which are not present in industrial wastewaters also. But apart from them, there is one another thing, that is rainwater. Do rainwater really require treatment? Okay, this is matter of concern for a combined system. Okay, now another system is separate system. Okay. So what happens with separate system? In separate system, rainwater or storm drain. Okay, storm, you know, in hydrology, you might have come to this term. You might have studied this term, storm. Storm is basically rainfall. You can also say it as precipitation also. Okay. So when rainwater is collected and it is collected and it is taken in a separate pipe, it is carried through a separate pipe, then there is no requirement of treatment. Okay, as it has no waste, no such waste that requires to be treated before discharging it into rivers. It may, what most of it can have is like soils and like impurities like sands, gravels, and very little poisonous impurities. So it requires very less treatments or no treatment, but still we'll treat them. Okay, before discharging into rivers, but a separate treatment. Okay, now waste from households will require a separate treatment. Okay, these waste waters, this you can see clearly, this charge is from roof drain and households. Okay, this household wastewater, this household wastewater here is treated, is sent to treatment plant. Okay, but this